Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to my show. It's in the zone tone. Got a little short one today because I got to get ready for work in a little while. A little upset about that shit. I'm about to miss the All-Star game, but whatever it is, what it is. We got to go get that dough. But just a little bit. I'm gonna talk about a little bit today. The NBA All-Star weekend. Uh, it was pretty good. I think it's been up and down the last few seasons. Um, you know, the dunk contest is okay. The 3-point contest. I heard them saying like Devin Booker got the record for most points or whatever in the 3-point contest, but of course now they have it with the different format with the whole rack with full of money balls. So that record don't mean nothing to me. I think Craig Hodges or somebody like Craig Hodges or Larry Bird, one of them scored like 27 when the most points you can get was 30, and now you can get 34. And Booker ended up with 28, which he did his thing. It was a good shooting night for him. Klay Thompson had a good night. He shot pretty well, but uh, just couldn't get it done at the end. Booker, a nice young player. I love his game. I've been watching him since he was in Kentucky for that one season a couple years back, and always thought he was gonna be a good player. Um, I think he's getting better too, like learning how to drive the ball a little bit better and take people off the dribble a little more than just being like a spot up and catch and shoot guy, which is one of my main knocks on Klay Thompson. It's not really a knock, but it's like one of his weaknesses in his game to me that he's just not a great ball handler, and he is more like just a catch and shoot guy, which works perfectly for the team that he owned though, because the Warriors, they definitely, they have the three guys they get you over 20, 25 points a game easy. Uh, and with Clay being the third option on the team, makes things a whole lot easier for the Warriors. But we're gonna talk about them a little bit later. Uh, also Donovan Mitchell won the dunk contest. It was cool. I think he had maybe the third or fourth best dunk though in the whole contest, because the Larry Nance dunk in the finals with the when he bounced the ball off the backboard, that was a real good dunk. I think he did get a 50. Dennis Smith dunk in the round before that with the reverse 360 through the leg, like that, man, that was crazy. um I think that was probably the best dunk that I seen last night from Dennis Smith. Was probably had the best dunk out of all the dunks I seen. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. And of course the skills challenge. You seen the kid Spencer Dinwiddie, player from Brooklyn Nets. It was funny too. Reggie Miller was on there clowning the Nets, talking about they finally won something. They finally got something to cheer about this season. But yeah, dude did his thing. Spencer Dinwiddie able to beat the bigs finally for the first time in the last 3 years, I think, 3 4 years. But yeah, they did their thing. Also, the Rising Stars Challenge was on Friday night. I watched a little bit of that game, but that game was, man. I watched the first half and I watched like half of the third quarter, then I stopped watching that game. But the rookie for Sacramento won the MVP of that game, Bojan Bogdanovic. Another one of them Bogdanoviches. And like what Shaq said, if you got a Vitch on your last name, you probably can shoot. You know what I'm saying? But everybody in the NBA, if they had a Vitch on the last name, they was a shooter. Petrovic, Stojakovic, shit, Mirotic, all them itches. You know what I'm saying? All of them can shoot. That's funny. But yeah, want to talk about this All-Star game too, of course, coming up tonight in about an hour and a half. Um, Team LeBron against Team Curry. Of course, LeBron team is missing four players that he picked on his team that was All Stars. DeMarcus Cousins, Kevin Love, John Wall, and Kristaps Porzingis all out with injuries. Uh, they've been replaced by Goran Dragic, Andre Drummond, Paul George, who should have been there in the first place, and Kimball Walker too. So also Drummond, I think Drummond should have been there too. I don't know though, but it would have been hard to take any of those other guys, those four guys that were injured. It would have been very hard to take any of them off. So I'm not gonna even get into who probably I think shouldn't have made it. I did that a couple weeks ago, I think, but I'm not gonna go into all that. But if you look at the teams, though, man, it looked like LeBron team looks like the much more dominant team in my opinion. Just looking at the like if they match up, like I'm looking at LeBron, Durant, Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, you got Westbrook, PG, Kimball Walker, Oladipo, Andre Drummond, Dragic, and Bradley Beal and Aldridge. I mean, okay, I like I like I like this team just because they like an all-star team that is going to more get up and down and try to make a lot of highlight plays and with an all-star game, that's all it really is. It's not really like a real game until like some teams and some all-star games are being competitive like longer than just like the fourth quarter or half of the fourth quarter or whatever. But most of them are always like just blowouts. I mean, not blowouts, but shootouts and just no kind of defense being played or anything like that. Hopefully, this game has a little bit more, a more real kind of game, and that. I mean, I don't expect it to be like a real game like that, but just not like the last few years, it's just been like guys are not even trying out there. Like I mean, just like here, go get your highlight. Here, go your turn, go get your highlight. I don't like that. Like you can do it for a little while. Maybe first half, first second quarter, do that. But I would like to see like the All Star game, NBA All Star game, really pick that up a little bit better. Cause I remember growing up, like the games wasn't really like that. They was exciting, and it really seemed like the teams wanted to win the game. Though, it wasn't like they was just like, all right, I'm finna go get mine. Right, come go get my money, go make a couple highlight plays and get up out of here. But yeah, I don't know. Some people try to say it's like with the AAU things and things like that, and the players aren't as competitive as they were because they grow up playing with each other a lot and knowing each other. But I don't know how true that is. So I think any athlete and any player person that plays sports, they want to win. I mean, anytime you out there and you putting yourself out there, you want to win. You don't want to come out there and have a bad showing and lose and look like, you just not even gonna be able to get the job done or whatever. Even and especially in an all-star game, all these guys, they consider themselves probably their best player or second best player on their team. Feel like they can carry a whole squad or whatever. And in this kind of game, it kind of gives you the opportunity to show those other best players, like, look, I can go at you and get mine too. So I do be want to see that a lot. I know it'd be wishful thinking, all-star games, Pro Bowl, MLB All-Star game, all those all-star games, they all have something good with them and they all have something bad with them. So I'm gonna just say it like that. But yeah, hopefully tonight they have a good game. I got Team LeBron winning it too. I think they got a much better team, just all around. Um, Curry do got some shooters though, man. I'm looking at that squad too, because I ain't even mentioned his team yet. We got Steph Curry, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan, the Greek Freak, Giannis, Embiid, the process on the team, Jimmy Buckets, Draymond, Al Horford, Dame Lillard, Kyle Lowry, Klay Thompson, and Karl Anthony Towns all on that squad. But they do got a nice squad too, of course. It's an all-star game. So, I mean, who not going to? But I think just like the mixture or like the compatibility of the teams, I think that LeBron team probably kind of mixed up a little bit better. Like and like if the five that I think they might come out and start is the five that they do, man, that's crazy. If LeBron come out with Kyrie, Westbrook, Durant, LeBron, and Anthony Davis out there, whew, they already was talking about that might be like one of the best starting fives ever, and or the best team that Kyrie says the best team he ever played on, of course. But then you look at Curry team, Curry, Harden, DeRozan, uh, Giannis, and Embiid. I think are the five starters. I like that five too. Um, just I don't know. Giannis, I do want to see what he do in this game too, man. I'm still mad that I gotta go to work tonight, but whatever, man. I'm recording games all the time and watching them later. But definitely gonna be paying attention to that. Want to see what Giannis do. I do want to see what Dame Lillard do too. Congratulations to the Bay Cat, man, making his first All-Star game. Well deserved. Should have been in there a few more times at least. Call Anthony Towns too. Love that kid. Ever since he was in Kentucky too, him and Booker was on the same squad back then. So and and that guy, he's gonna be an all-star too. He won a 3-point contest, but he having Phoenix Suns are the worst team in the West right now. So I'm not surprised they didn't have any all-stars. But Devin Booker definitely is an all-star talent and will be there eventually. Shit, maybe next season. But I don't know too because the West guards, man, that's crazy. If you look at all the guards in the West, and even some of the guys that didn't make it, it's probably gonna be hard to crack that lineup. Like C.J. McCollum didn't make it. Uh, who else? I was just thinking about. It's a lot of guys. I can't even think about all of them right now. But man, okay. The other thing I do want to get on a couple more topics before I get up out of here. Uh, One thing I do want to talk about too, the first, not really the first half, like the first 2/3 of the NBA season. Want to say a couple players that I think are gonna win some awards or so far. The MVP of the league right now, I would give that to James Harden. James Harden having a magnificent season. For what, the fourth, fifth straight season since he's been in Houston, he's been dominating. And this year I think is maybe his best one. Um, Playing more efficient. Uh, Him and Chris Paul is like, man, that mix is crazy. We're gonna get into that next about the backcourts, but man, I love that. I love that team and how they playing right now. I actually don't trust them yet to be able to take out the Warriors yet, or get all the way to the finals. That matchup, still, I think I would lean towards the Warriors just because they have the experience and they've been playing together for this long now, and you know, like most of the players been together for what 3-4 years. Durant come in now last season and just fit in perfectly with them and made them even that much better. So I mean, because some people will be saying like the team the year before was better than they were with Durant, which is crazy. It don't matter that they won 70 whatever again, 73, 74 games or whatever. They was not as good a team the year before as they was last year because they had that other option right there who could come out and get you 35, 40 points on any given night right there. And then you got 2, 3 guys that can do that on your one team. Plus you got a defensive stopper. Kevin Durant also playing great defense since he's been with the Warriors too last season and this season. He's one of the contenders for Defensive Player of the Year. We're gonna talk about that a little bit too, but yeah, I don't know, man. I like how the Warriors are playing this year too. They only a half game behind the Rockets right now coming into the All-Star break. The Rockets at 44-13, the Warriors 44-14. So they're only a half game out. And that's the only that's the race right there in the West. Like for the top seed, those two, because then the next team after that is the Spurs, and they 10 games out. So we expect that to be a 2-man race for that top seed in the West. In the East, though, the East is looking like they have improved a lot this year to me. Like I usually look at like the top 8 teams and see how they records match up on the East and the West, and they pretty similar. Like right now this year, and actually the East teams might be playing a little bit better, like better than they have it. I mean, definitely better than they have recently in the past few seasons. Like when you got Toronto leading the East right now, up 2 games on Boston. Then you got Cleveland behind them, which it don't matter where Cleveland ends up in that playoff race. They could be anywhere from 3 to 8, one or any of them. It don't matter. Uh, that's one team I feel like can always, with LeBron James, can always go into another team home and get them a win. And shit, probably sometimes go in there and get 2 wins and shut it down at home. So I think, but with their new additions too, they've been playing much better for the 3-4 games. I think they had them. I think they won all 3 of those or 4. Yeah, they looking good. Also, Washington playing better. Even though John Wall has been out for a while, it's still gonna be out for I think a few more weeks after the break. Washington right now playing good. Indiana surprise with Victor Oladipo having a great season this year, a first time All Star. Excuse me. Also Milwaukee. Got Milwaukee, Philly also right there in the playoff hunt in the East, and the Miami Heat, who just added Dwayne Wade back to their squad. So we gonna see what kind of veteran leadership he adds to that team and see if they can hold on to that A spot. Cause right behind them we got the Detroit Pistons who made that big trade for Blake Griffin. Him and Andre Drummond have been playing real well together since they joined forces. Um, so I don't know, man. That playoff race in the East is gonna be pretty nice too, man. That 6 through or what shit 4 through 8. All those teams are pretty close together, like 1 or 2 games apart right there. I think, yeah, from the 4th seed all the way to the 9th seed, it's 5 games that separate those teams like that. So yeah, a little bit down in the bottom of the West too, or the bottom of the Western Conference playoff race. Right now, the Pelicans are holding on to that 8th spot, half game up on the Clippers and 1.5 up on the Jazz. And the Jazz, of course, have won 11 in a row coming into the All-Star break or have been the hottest team in the league right now. Of course, the young rookie Donovan Mitchell, averaging like 20 points a game this season, and just had a nice performance in the dunk contest, winning the dunk contest. Played well in the skills challenge. The dude he's a player. He made Rodney Hood expendable too. Um, just just coming in, taking over that whole offensive load for the Utah Jazz. And I love dude game. He'll go getter. You know what I'm saying? I like players that come into the league and know what they can do and come out there and do it like right away. And while I'm talking about him, I might as well just say it right now. To me, he's my rookie of the year. And it's not as close as some people think. Like, Ben Simmons, they've been saying Ben Simmons been a rookie of the year all season. I know he has 5, 6 triple doubles or something like that. He's playing real well, and he has Philly in that playoff hunt. But I will put more stock into what Donovan Mitchell is doing with the Jazz this season, having them in that playoff hunt in the Western Conference, which is not necessarily harder this season, but historically it is, and you know Donovan Mitchell being the leading scorer on that team and really taking over and helping them win. A lot of people expected them to be on the outside looking in the playoffs and not close with the loss of Gordon Hayward going to the Celtics this season. But that hasn't happened. They did get off to a very slow start, but the 11 games in a row that they just won just knocked that all the way back off. So that's gonna be something to watch out for. Also, the Clippers, got to mention them too because right now they at the 9th seed right now, the 9th seed in the West, right behind the Pelicans. But the Clippers, Lou Williams definitely having his best season in the NBA. DeAndre Jordan still there. Didn't get traded like most people thought he was gonna get traded. Uh, a lot of people thought the Cavs was gonna make that trade and send that pick, that Brooklyn Nets pick over there, but they didn't do it, which I think is a smart move. Um, but yeah, man, I don't think the Clippers are gonna make it to the playoffs though. So I will say that. I think that they are gonna be one of the teams that fall back. I'm not even gonna talk about my squad. They like in 11th. They in the 11th spot right now, but they, man, not even close right now. It's like 8 games behind the playoff spot. So we ain't even gonna think about that this year. Um, the Grizzlies, Kings, Mavs, and Suns, they all uh 18 wins, or they all have 18 wins. They're all in the bottom of the West. So they're racing for that top pick in the NBA draft, because it's 3 teams in the East that have the same amount, where Brooklyn has 19, but Orlando and Atlanta both have 18 wins too. So that's gonna be a funny race to look at too. And I mean, this draft is gonna be pretty deep too. I think like the rookie class this year is real good. I think it was one of the better ones coming in the last decade or so. And next season, it's a lot of young college players is gonna be coming in. It's gonna be I think gonna be real effective players right away too, just like this year class. So we're gonna be looking at that a lot coming up in the next few weeks. And let me get on this last thing right quick, man, because I'm in this group, this Let's Talk Sports group, Let's Talk Sports Nation on Facebook. Make sure y'all check it out. Uh, yeah, I've been having a couple debates. One of my guys in there, Dave, was talking about. He posted a report that they had on Bleacher Report about the best backcourts in the NBA or whatever, and it was saying something about like maybe the Rockets have passed up the Splash Brothers for the best backcourt in the NBA. All right, I got a couple things to say about that. First of all, if we was just gonna go pick backcourts and be like, okay, if we just picking, like, okay, I'll take those 2 guys. To me, I probably would take Houston backcourt over the Warriors backcourt, and it's a couple reasons why. I explain it all the time, but to me, I like point guards and guards that are more facilitators and get their teammates involved more. Not even just with the numbers or assist numbers or things like that, but like just really running the team. And that's what both of the Houston Rockets guys do. James Harden and Chris Paul, they both take turns doing that. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, um, great. And I'm not gonna knock them at all in this what I'm talking about, man. Because the Splash Brothers, man, they doing their thing. They done got their rings. They're a real good backcourt. But to me, if I was picking a backcourt, I would take Houston over them, and it's real close too. I'm not gonna say like it's easy to do, because like to me, I look at it like, all right, James Harden. To me, out of those 4 players, he's the best player out of those 4 players. Just I know Steph Curry has 2 MVPs, but I think I would rather take James Harden and what he can bring to the table. With a good team or with a bad team, because I feel like Houston has been a bad team for the last few seasons, and he still got them to the playoffs at least. Had a couple near MVP seasons, so I like what he does. Curry to me would be that second best guy out of the 4, and of course it's not too much to say about what he does. He gets a lot of credit for changing the game and spreading the court out and really just taking bombs, threes, and from wherever and making them. So Curry, man, he brings a lot to the table too. But then that third spot, that's where it kind of like I got Chris Paul right there. Like I would definitely take Chris Paul over Klay Thompson all day. And it was a couple reasons why I was saying this. It was like one thing is that those three guys, we have seen them be the best player on their team and lead their team, some like not to championships, but somewhere. You know, Curry, he has 2 championships, so that was the main argument that the guy was debating about that, like the Splash Brothers that won rings, and why would you put any backcourt over them? And my response to that was like, yeah, they was on a team that won a ring, but did they win it like 2-on-2? Was they? I mean, was it a 2-on-2 championship tournament or whatever? I mean, it wasn't like that. It was a team effort, and we all know like Curry kind of struggled in the first finals. You know that they did win. You know, Klay Thompson had a better finals than him in that series. So, and then the next season when Cleveland won it, Curry played much better too. He played real good in that series, but he got outplayed by Kyrie Irving, and Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, like even of course LeBron is a forward, called a forward. Um, so we're not gonna say that was a backcourt, but that's what it really was. And then the third season, Curry and Clay both had pretty good finals. But Kevin Durant was an X factor coming in and being able to match or do more than LeBron in that whole series. And then when you got that kind of help with you and that kind of weapons, man, it's hard to lose. It's I mean, it's not easy to win, but it's very hard to lose with that team that they have, man. You got to really make a whole lot of silly mistakes, um, and just bad play, and they don't do that a lot, And I respect the Warriors for that. They're the best basketball team in the NBA, no doubt about it right now. But the best basketball team in the NBA doesn't always win the championship. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes. Of course, we're gonna be talking a whole lot more about the NBA playoffs and NBA season coming up in the next few weeks when it gets back started up in the last part of the season. But before I get up out of here, I'm just gonna say my top 5 backcourts that like this season too, and let me make that disclaimer too, because this is only for this season. What I'm talking, I'm not talking about their career accomplishments. I'm talking about the best backcourts playing this season. So to me, like I said, I would have Houston having their best year or the best season together by a backcourt. After that, then I will put the Splash Brothers right there. They both still doing their thing, doing what they do. Third for me right now. Third, this is hard, right? The 3, 4, and 5 is kind of hard, but right now for me, I got 3. I got Washington. Like, of course, everybody know I'm a big John Wall fan. I do like Bradley Beal too a lot too, and I think that like with their size is the only reason why I give them the edge over the next team, over the next backcourt. But I love John Wall. Like he that kind of point guard that I like. He come out there, get you 20 and 10, a few steals a game, and play good defense. So I like that backcourt as my number 3. And number 4 would be the Portland Trailblazers to me. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, 2 explosive scores. Just a little bit on the smaller side. Like I think Lillard about 6'2", 6'3", and I think they both are. But when you look at John Wall and Beal, they 6'4", 6'5". So I think and I don't know, man. I like those 2. That's a hard one to I mean, you can't really go wrong with either one of those 2 backcourts. And the 5th one, though, too, like a lot of people probably might say that they might be the 3rd one, is Toronto, the Raptors, Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. Of course, DeMar DeRozan, one of the best scorers in the league. Kyle Lowry playing good again this season. The only knock on those 2 guys though is when they get to the playoffs. And they a whole nother. They're not the same guys when they get to the playoffs. So we don't know how that's gonna look. But yeah, it should be interesting coming down the stretch. We are gonna talk about the best front courts in the NBA too next week. I'm gonna bring that up, and we can get back on that too when I get back on too about that backcourt discussion. I will be talking about that a little bit too in the group that I'm in. So make sure y'all check it out, man. Check me out too. Go subscribe to the channel In the Zone Tone. And I'm gonna be back next week with another one for y'all. Yeah.